in my cowboy boots. Detroit Queen got me singing the blues. If love's a wildfire, girl, you lit my fuse. A Tennessee heart, you forever tattooed. I'm stomping, stomping in my big black boots. Baby, I fell in love with you. Yeah, still stomping.
Oh, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Getting Booted with Leatherfoot Lo. Okay, so last episode, I spoke briefly about how I got into cowboy boots, and I told you about what my first boot choice was, which was the Cody James Gauge, if you remember, the brown, simple Cody James. Had the zero tech gravity. The zero gravity tech in the sole of the boot for the added comfort, if you remember. So if you remember, I was saying I picked the Cody James also because it was a good, sound choice as far as financially. It didn't break the bank at $119 for a first boot, and we. If you remember, I said, $300 is pretty much an entry price point for a good boot. I came to find out. Yeah, so anyway, who in the boots? Who's starting to get into these boots? Who rocking with your boy, man? Like, I know it's kind of on trend to, be with the whole urban fashion, cowboy boots, the whole look, but you can at least get your feet wet. Gonna rock out with Leatherfoot Lo, baby. Yeah, so I got the black Cody James, and in my mind, I thought it was a little dressy at first in my brain. Black can tend to look a little dressy, especially if you're new to this whole cowboy boot thing, because you might not totally understand how to dress them up, dress them down. But yeah, got me some black Codys. And they was a little more, like they're more stiff in the sole of the shoe, in the sole of the boot, because the sole of these particular boots is all leather. And my first boot was, like I told you, the other Cody had a rubber sole. Let me turn this music down. The other Cody had a rubber sole, so that was a bit softer, of a ride, if you will. But these, the black Cody James boot that I bought second, that one was more, you felt the firmness, you felt the ground. But it wasn't horrible. Them bitches swag out. Like, I ain't even cap. If you ain't got your pair of brown boots and a pair of black boots, I don't know. I guess you're gonna leave it up to me.
And look at these brown motherfuckers. We ain't even gonna talk about these yet.
I should do food reviews, because the first one I would review is Four Smokes Barbecue here in Ocala. Cause that shit was just life changing, man. If y'all ain't, y'all ain't been up here, get your ass up here. Don't even come up here. I'm not lying, the food ain't even good, man. Don't even come up here. I don't need to be waiting in line behind somebody. You can find me a seat when I get up here. Yeah, I'm up here at Four Smokes Barbecue, Ocala. Violent, man. They got a whole Jeep squad out here right now. Y'all see that? Still thinking about it? Still thinking about cowboy boots? You ain't sure, huh? Well, come over there to the new podcast coming next month, next September. We drop it in September 2026. man, cuz I like to call him Spody and the Cody. Leatherfoot Lo and Spody and the Cody on a brand new podcast next month called Doing Leather Better. But we don't claim to do leather better than you, but we do agree that leather look better in a boot. He talking.
See that again.
Man, get your boot puller, man. Change your whole damn life. Now let's talk toe shape. So I go pick out the Cody James. Actually, let me call it by his name. It's a Cody James Westley Stockman. If I got that right, it's the Cody James Westley Stockman. So now that I've addressed it properly, as I was saying, I was talking toe shape. So I go in there being the boot barn. I go in the boot barn. I'm seeing all kinds of boots, and mind you, now I ain't really, like I am right now, into boots like that. But I'm there, like the bug is on me, and then I go and I see all of these boots. And eventually I land on the black one, like I said. But just to give you some context, I'm seeing all colors, textures, toe shapes. I'm like, man, yo, I call my cousin like, cuz, I saw this, I saw that. I'm like, man, like none of that for me. Like pure Ruku, all that. Like, we'll talk about that later, but what that is later. But like I'm like, nah, ain't none of that's for me, bro. Like them pointy toes, them shiny boots, the exotic textures. Like I'm like, nah, I'm cool on all of that. I just want me something regular. And I looking boots, and I wanted them to look like lived in. So I ain't want them looking all fresh and shiny. I wanted them to look like distressed, like lived in cowboy boots. But things change. Believe it or not, like something else, I would bring up this point about wearing boots and my like for them. Like I told you in the last episode also that I'm an avid shoe fan. I love shoes. We ain't gonna talk about how many shoes I got. We ain't even gonna talk about how many boots I got at this point. But anyway, my feet tend to sweat when I wear tennis shoes, and that's all I've worn. The majority of what I've worn, 98% of what I've worn has been, maybe 96% of what I've worn has been tennis shoes throughout my life. I always had more of a love for tennis shoes than any other type of shoe. But here we go. Like I said, my feet tend to sweat in tennis shoes, but believe it or not, they do not tend to sweat in a cowboy boot. It's something to do with the breathability of a cowboy boot. I did some research. I'm like, you think in your brain, like, this motherfucker gonna be hard to wear, like hard on my foot. This bitch gonna be hot. You think all of that before you get in the boots, if you like me. And then my feet are breathing in this boot better than in a tennis shoe. This is, I don't know, boots work out. Boots work out for me in the way that I didn't know. And I wish I'd have known sooner. Yeah. Styling wise, like I'm in the mindset of rock what you normally rock, with some exceptions, but rock what you normally rock. Then take that shoe off that you would normally rock and replace it with a cowboy boot. And that's kind of how I try to style. And nonetheless, the directions it takes the outfit. Like, some of y'all out there like, boy, you late. But for the people like me I'm talking to, them, I'm telling you, once that bull bite you, you go to looking down at that foot and it's like, that's clean. You can dress it up easy, dress it down easy. Step into these rooms. My cousin already told me, hey boy, I'm telling you, they're gonna be on you when they see you in them cowboy boots. And every damn day I put a pair on. Now maybe it's some shock value there because they not usually seeing me doing that, but shit, just trust me. Get you some boots. Get you some boots. Don't talk your head off in this podcast. Like, we rocked out now. Let's bring this thing to a close. In closing, we realizing more of our love for cowboy boots at this point. And I appreciate y'all rocking with me, listening to me talk today on what's gonna become your favorite pastime. Maybe even your favorite show at some point. Either this one or the next one we're working on, because what you should know, what you should know, is this thing gone? What you should know is that come September 2026, Leatherfoot Lo, Spody and the Cody, in a brand new podcast titled Doing Leather Better. Let me say it again. Doing Leather Better. Spody and the Cody. Leatherfoot Lo. Talking boots, fashion, lifestyle. Yeah, they round for it. Like, comment, subscribe. Help this thing grow. Cause we on a trajectory out of here, baby. And we stepping in our cowboy boots. And this has been another episode of Getting Booted. And I'm Leatherfoot Lo.